Hi, this is Sean, and in this lesson we're going to talk about getting rhythmic with our chord playing, with our comping. There are a few different skills involved which we're going to explore with plenty of practical examples. Please do hit like on this video, it really helps to push it through YouTube so it knows it's a good video to show other people. And if it's your first time here, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload new content. And with that, I'm ready to begin. Well, the first thing I want to say is know your chords well. Level 1, level 2 people. Now I teach on 3 levels if you're not aware. Level 1, just getting to know the chords and learning the first few tunes. Level 2, getting more fluent with voicings, things like a little bit of rhythm here and there, adding right hand melodies, beginnings of improvs. Level 3, full-blown improvisation, advanced chord movements, etc. So generally people at level 1 are bored with the sound of their own playing and try and add things on to whatever's not already solid. Your chords must be solid if you're going to mess with them rhythmically, okay? Cannot emphasize that enough. Also, inversions. Really important to know your inversions well, as we shall see in some of the examples. Well, let's look at some of the rhythmic skills. First one, pushes. A push is when you play something a half beat early. So for example, if I'm playing this 1-6-2-5 progression, F major, D minor, G minor, C7, key of F, if I want to push all the chords, which is not generally done, I'll play each of them a half beat before they're written. So this will not begin on 1, it will begin on the AND of 4. The next chord will not begin on 3, it will begin on the AND of 2. So it's early. Okay, so this will be on this. Let's use a plus for an AND. Like that. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So I'm going to start on the second pattern so I can put that AND in for the 1, because there isn't one written just before. And then let's do the same on D minor 7. That will begin a half beat early where it's actually written on 3. And then I'll do whatever on the other 2, the G minor 7 and the C7. Let's see what happens. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1. Here it comes again. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Wait for it to come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Here it comes. Okay, so those are pushes. Now people often ask, why is a push not late? Haven't you pushed it further away? Well, imagine if you're standing on stage waiting to go on and you're quite nervous and you don't feel like it, and your friend standing in the wings behind you pushes you onto the stage. Did you arrive earlier than you planned or later? Well, earlier because you got pushed on. It's that classic movie scene when somebody stumbles onto the stage because they've been pushed, right? That's what a push is. That's what's happened to that F and that D minor. So practice pushes on as many chords as you can. Learn to hear them. Big band is great for this stuff. Tons of pushes, tons of the other things that we're going to hear. And I love that when I listen to, say, the Count Basie Orchestra, I'm hearing what Basie probably spent hours and hours thinking about. So you're listening to planned, composed music, which contains so much rhythm between the band members. It's fantastic. Okay, that's a bit about pushes. We'll put some of these things together as well. The next one is lates. So an opposite, the opposite of a push. So if a push is something that's early, a late is something that's late. So let's say 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Those are lates. Okay, let's try some lates on those first 2 chords. Here goes. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. So what am I doing on the others? The D minor is still where it was written. The C7 is still where it was written, okay? So I end up with 1 and 2, 3, 4, because that hasn't changed. 1 and 2, 3, 4, because that hasn't changed. Okay, let's do a few cycles of that. Here we go. 3, 4, 1 and 2, 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 3, 4. And of course, you don't have to have your lates first. You might have a straight beat. For example, it could be like this. If you said 1, 2, and 3. So this is a push. Let's mix up a few. There's a push. There's nothing. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And then let's have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've got a late. Let's see if that works out musically. I'm not sure it will, but it's just for illustration. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and... That's not bad. Let's do it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1. Okay, so that's the main concept of pushes and lates and mixing them together. Next thing is, let's look at some doubles. Doubles are very simple. You literally play a chord twice in jazz eighths. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. 1 and. Now the thing with doubles, 1 and. I like them long, short. Da-dum. Long, short. Long, short. So the thing with doubles is they can sound really corny if you don't get them right. You don't want them straight, like they've got to swing. And again. So doubles, pushes, and lates, you've got a ton of stuff that you can play with. I'm just going to play freely with some doubles, pushes, and lates and see what comes out. I think that will be better. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double. Push, push, double. Late. That was a push. Double. Lots of pushes. Can you feel those? Lots of ands. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2. Lates. 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and. So that was a late and a push. Here's a late. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and. So that and was a push, right? Now, you might be saying, hold on a minute, I can't keep up with all that. If you practice those skills in isolation, then you will, okay? Now, you may be noticing that sometimes, as I said, it's about inversions. Because if you take, say, just whatever you're playing for, let's say, D minor 7, then you may take that D minor 7 and invert it to any D minor 7 to fill time, and then use things like lates, pushes, doubles. So for example, let me just slow down a little bit. It's going to be a little broken because it's slowed down. You see that? That D minor 7. So that is root position inverted. It doesn't matter about the names of the inversions. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So that was like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there were 2 D minor 7s, 3, 4, and that and was a push for the G minor 7. Here we go. Just wait for it to come around. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I used different inversions by mistake. It doesn't matter. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and those were different inversions too. Doesn't matter. Let me do the ones I showed you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how you start to swing in your playing, so everything isn't on the beat all the time, okay? Study each thing in isolation. Don't try and do too much in one go. That's where most people will go wrong. Hope that helped you, and hope you get some rhythm into your chords. If you enjoyed that, then perhaps you'll consider joining me on Jazz Skills, where we have hundreds of lessons on every subject, from developing fluency in the first place and knowing the language properly so you can get those first 10 tunes down and actually know them linguistically, not just because you're trying to remember things. Moving on to improvisation, melodies, chord movement, advanced substitution, all kinds of stuff, including individual help. So hope to see you there. And thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye for now.